Like you've heard several times now, that this is not a one-time, come to the conference, spend 3 days, go home, forget it. This is an ongoing professional development opportunity that lasts for 9 months. However, as professionals, we expect you to continue your professional development. And so I'm going to invite Kay Irlas up here. She is the new Director of Training and Technical Assistance. Although this is the leadership program and the Counselor Academy are excellent programs, they'll get you off on a good footing. Where you need to be for the long term is with CTAT. They're the ones that have the resources and the connections to help you continue on. And Kay is going to be telling you a little bit more in detail about all of that.
It's a pleasure to be representing an organization that has such a positive impact and influence on my life. And I know a lot of you in this room have had the same impact, have had the same experience with CTAT. Before I go, Robin Painovich is the executive director. She's probably the face of CTAT and, kind of hero worship and all that kind of thing. But it is a pleasure to get up here and to talk about CTAT. Right now, for CTE, if you have not realized, it is probably one of the most exciting times ever for our students. And before I go on and kind of tell you about CTAT, I'm going to tell you, and as a teacher, you're always supposed to tell your stories. So I need to kind of tell you how I landed at CTAT. I just retired after 35 years, 28 in the classroom, 3 as an administrator, and then 4 as an ESC CTE consultant. But my degree is the V word, vocational home ec, and if you say that in front of family and consumer science teachers, they really get upset. But I did start out in '81 as a vocational home ec teacher, and if you remember, well, some of you weren't born, but in the mid-'80s, we had no pass, no play, and they changed all the graduation requirements. And so my principal said, what do you want to teach if you're not teaching home ec? And I said, I guess biology. So it only took me 5 courses. That tells you how much CTE is aligned with academics. So I went back, and then I was, rather than cooking pigs, I was dissecting pigs. Sometimes in the same classroom, because I did teach it in a small school. But so for about 12 years, I did teach science, was the science department chair. And then Achieve Texas came around. And my principal came to me and said, you're going to be the new CTE coordinator. And I said, what's CTE? Because when I left it, it was what? Vocational. So I did not sleep for probably about 2 years, immersing myself, learning. Because not only wasn't going to be the CTE coordinator, I had to redesign a brand new high school and add in all of the CTE programs of study. Am I too short? Can you hear me? Oh, okay. Anyway, I did not sleep for a couple of years, and that was about the time that I went to my first CTAT conference. It was TCEC. It was in San Antonio in 2007, and I still have, and I sent Robin a picture, I still have my notes, and I still have, the catalog for the conference. I actually have all of my CTAT conference catalogs and notes. So then, that was in 2007, and in 2008, I don't know if that was the first year for this Leadership Academy, but that was my email that I got. So I did actually attend this CTE Leadership Academy in 2009, and I'm going to tell you that this is probably one of the best experiences that you will have. It will make your head explode over and over and over. This is just a little bit of an overview, but you're going to learn so much. You're going to get to be with the ESC people who are your direct call those people for your helpline and TEA, but you get to ask questions and ask those questions. So that is really critical. But about CTAT, our Career and Technical Association of Texas, this is our organization that provides professional development for teachers. This is an advocacy program for our students. This is where your membership gets a voice in the state. At the heart of everything that we do, it boils down to what? The students in your class. And that, to me, is what CTAT is all about. Robin is one of our person who is talking about our education, our codes, our changes, our legislation. We have a government relations person, Marty DeLeon, who is up there advocating for CTE and for us, whether it's on funding, whether it's on House Bill 5. And as every one of you know in this room, House Bill 5 makes sense for kids. So it's kind of like, my career has been kind of like clothes and shoes. If you keep them long enough, they come back. House Bill 5 and what you are doing makes sense for kids. It is what I started out with, but it's on steroids, and that's what CTAT is here to help you, to get the professional development. That's what it's about. So again, we are advocates for CTE, for you, for counselors, for administrators, but ultimately for kids. These are just some of the things that our professional organization and membership in our organization afford you. Of course, advocacy, but consulting, the professional opportunities. One of the most important things, I think, for me personally, is the networking and the peers. You know, when I look out, I see so many of you that have, you know, been a huge part of my life. Over here with TEA, just those relationships. And when you pick up the phone and you say, you know, or you go on the Facebook chat, hey, you know, what are y'all doing on this, this, and this? That's what CTAT is all about. Where you want to be in February, I hope you're going to be with us in San Antonio. And what's crazy is that 10 years, well, this is our 10-year anniversary, and this was in 2007, you know, where I was, that started really my huge CTE journey. And so it's going to be kind of exciting to be in San Antonio in 2017 for our midwinter conference with CTAT. So please, you know, plan to join us. It is, this conference will, and our summer conference will just continue to solidify many of the things that you're going to learn these next few days. And then our summer conference is again in San Antonio, one of my most favorite places in all the world. So plan on being there. Encourage your CTE teachers and send them to our conferences in the summer. We are offering, and we have been offering, CTE training institutes, and I would encourage you to continue your journey of learning all that it takes to run a CTE program. And y'all already know, if you've already kind of stepped into this role, that being a CTE coordinator is not really anything like being an English coordinator, where you have one English certification, and in CTE you have a bazillion. And you have all of these other components that make up CTE. So I encourage you to look at coming to our midwinter conference, where we've got we're a CTE level 1, kind of a beginning CTE administrator training, or a level 2, which is, if you've kind of been around a while, it's going to have some different topics. But we also do an academic planning and CTE institute for your counselors. You know that the world between CTE and counseling is very, very strong, and getting your counselors to understand what a coherent sequence is, you know, it takes everybody in the choir. So I'm going to encourage you also to sign up for those pre-conferences. And then in the summer, we have new CTE teacher training as well. Your membership. This is what gets you a voice, a vote. I would encourage you to join us at whatever level. That kind of sounds like Channel 13, didn't it? Whatever level you can. Sorry. Just like I heard that in my head. But we really do hope that you will take an active part in our organization. This is our CTE state areas, and we are, these people have, we have meetings, some more than others, but we also have people that serve from the different areas on our board, bringing in the voice of all of the different regions in the state, because we're not all the same. We have diversity, we have different needs, so we need to support all of those. And then our national organization, ACTE. If you join at that, There I go again. Channel 13, public television. Join at that active level. This gets you membership in our national organization. How many of you have read Techniques magazine? That is a part of your ACTE. We do have Chris Holochek back there, who can tell you lots more. She is our ACTE representative. Is that right, Chris? Vice President-elect. So that's really, really an honor. And Chris has worked very, very hard and really supports our state at the national level. And just this showing you the regions, and we are Region 4. And if you need anything, we are here for technical assistance to answer questions about CTAT and any other thing that we can help you with as your growth, working alongside with our friends at the ESCs and TEA. So if you have any questions, let me know.